though he's the king of all superheroes, he exists outside of comic book culture because he's Superman.
When the character originated, it was a much different time, and I feel like it's much more realistic to see him struggling like we struggle.
He's a lot more complex than we've ever seen Superman be before.
For the first time, you saw that Superman is on a quest to find out who he is, where he came from.
He doesn't know what he is. And then his discovery of what and who he is layers his life with a sense of loss.
Reinventing Superman, I think you have to start from the very beginning so you really understand where Clark came from, what his history is.
Giving Krypton the time to exist and to be a real world. The way we filmed it and the way it's designed were really important to us.
We really focus on our world building efforts.
The actor can actually have tactile interaction with that space.
Every little minute detail has been planned out, the architecture.
By making it more real for them, it makes it more real for the audience.
We created our own Kryptonian language, so you could just be immersed in it.
You do get to step into this other planet.
Standing there in these hallways, you really could feel that you're on some vast ship, which just goes on and on and on and on.
The important question you gotta figure out is, what's the suit gonna look like?
It was really important for the suit to make sense. This was a spacesuit that came from Krypton. Sometimes you'd see it just with a cape, or sometimes armor would go on top of it. It would be in different colors. Zod has a very similar suit. His is in black.
I think it's a really good modernization of something very classic. It's got a very alien feel to it, while being recognizable as a suit that we know and love.
Superman S is said to be the second most recognizable symbol on the planet.
We wanted to make sure that the actual design of the glyph tied into the design aesthetic.
We really wanted it to come from that legacy of Krypton.
The symbol, on his chest, it's the House of El symbol.
The symbol of the House of El means hope.
That idea of hope allows him to take this leap of faith that would seem futile maybe to other people or impossible.
I think we've been able to create a film that is respectful of the canon that's existed, yet is uniquely something unto itself.
Superman is an all-encompassing idea that there is somebody to stand up against evil.
It's a completely unique, really exciting take on a very revered subject.
We are staying true to the character, but we're amping him up and bringing him into a modern world.
Hey, Earl here with Zack Snyder, the director of Man of Steel. He's sitting right next to me. Okay, so I'm not gonna nerd out, but it's really cool to meet you. Thank you for sharing this feature with us. And it's so epic. You gotta tell me a little bit about it. What's your favorite scene?
I guess my favorite scene, there's an action sequence that takes place in Smallville, where his adopted family raised him. Just pretty epic. I think it's something to look for in the film.
If you had to name a part of the movie that we need to look into a little bit more, like, okay, this is something that'll catch you off guard, without giving it away, let us in.
I think there's some sequences on Krypton, the planet Krypton, where Superman comes from. There's a few details there, I think, that if you really pay close attention, will reveal some stuff about Superman that maybe you didn't know.
That's it? Just a few details? That's all you
Well, I mean, a few details is pretty big when you talk about Superman.
That is pretty big. Okay, were you super excited when you saw the finished product?
Yeah, it's such a epic undertaking. Superman's such a big character, and the film is so huge and daunting, and just to see it when it's finally finished, there really was a sense that, wow, we made a Superman movie, and that's pretty cool.
Well, man, thank you so much for coming by and sharing this with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.